Hi guys, so this is another, still February, I believe. I think near the end of February. So here, my friend, my really good friend from kindergarten. I've known her since kindergarten. Now she's in California, but she was coming into Atlanta for a conference, so we got to meet up with her on Sunday. She flew in. So before that, we went to Mellow Mushroom, and they have like this really retro phone booth, which he loves. And of course, he couldn't resist the gumbo. So this was all lunch before we picked her up. And then I found this card from the Snap Collections. I think it's from the girl one, maybe the teen one, because the colors look like it. And then Awesome Day, which I believe in Kiwi Kit. And so she came over to our house, and then luckily we ordered takeout from Fat Nuts, which is an awesome rib place. It's like a hole in the wall. But my husband went to pick up the stuff while my friend and I caught up, at home with Aiden and stuff. And then he said the line was out the door. Even when we called it in, they don't make it until you get there. So he said that line was out the door. Then we just dropped her off, at her hotel. And then Aiden, we brought him along for the car ride to drop her off. It was already like 9:30, 10 o'clock by that time. And we had wanted him to fall asleep in the car. He had bathed and everything. We were like, oh, maybe we'll go along for the ride and then he'll fall asleep on the way back. But no, Daddy had promised him dessert. That's why we were going on the car ride to begin with. And then he would not. He was fighting it, and he goes, we had dropped her off, we're going home, we're almost home, and he's like, we going for dessert? I was like, what? It was like 11 o'clock by then. And then, of course, we had to go because he would not, do anything otherwise. So right after we ordered, we had some delicious cake. It was at Intermezzo's, which is a really nice, fancy coffee, dessert place. And it was still open. That was the only place that was open at like 11 at night. So then we went there, and then he had his ice cream. We were so glad they had ice cream there, because I think they do mainly cakes and coffee and stuff. So anyway, the minute he sat down, he actually put his head down, but then he waited for his ice cream, and when he got it, then in the car, yay, he finally fell asleep in the car. So that was that. And then the next day, Monday, I had to get some keys made. So I was like, oh, let me have him come with me. We went to Lowe's. We went to Lowe's, and I didn't even know they have these machines now, because I haven't had to make a key in so long. So it's like a minute key, and then you can choose the different designs. He chose like the mustache, yellow one with the mustache, which is cool, because now you know what key it is, Easy to identify anyway. So he was having fun. We made like 3 of the same keys just because it was so much fun. But definitely an experience. It was kind of cool. I liked it. And then here at night, he loves putting his foot and measuring against my hand, and I do too. But he always sees where you're at, and and his foot is almost the size of my hand now. I'm like, he's growing so big. And then the next morning, right now, you are loving scrambled eggs and your mini pancakes and mini waffles for breakfast. So he basically loves to help me, and then he's helping me scramble the eggs. And I don't let him crack it yet, but he has. We practiced on cracking with me there, and then he just kind of scrambles, helps me mix the eggs. And then the next day, I just had some time, or was it the next day? Or maybe that was a Tuesday or Wednesday. Maybe this is Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. So then after I dropped him off, I went to work out, and then I came back to walk Pepper, and it's just our alone time together, which is kind of cool. And then here, I think these are Studio Calico cards. And then I just spruced it up with washi and then some enamel dots. And I thought this was cute, putting enamel dots, because there are circles underneath there, for that thought bubble. But then I like to embellish and just add like enamel dots whenever I see like written circles, just to kind of add some color and dimension to the layout. So that is it. But I want to show you, I know on my blog recently, if you haven't checked it out, I had some tips on how to catch up with Project Life, and because the next few pages aren't finished, but let me just show you. What I did so far is, this is my process. I put in the photos first, right? And then I put in cards. These are all snap cards. And then, this could be like, done in like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And then I come back later. Oh, let me find some embellishments that'll work. So I added, or I added stamps. So I stamped the date, sometimes I just, put it all together and, all right, let me just stamp out all the dates, look through my phone, and that's another 10 and 15 minutes to do. So I just do that because I like putting the dates on things. That's just me. And then, like I said, I do the little embellishments and stuff, and stamps. So I did a stamp there, and I even journaled some tags, but it's not finished, but next time I go, no, all I have to do is either do titles if I want, like here I can put Boo Boo. I was going to do Boo Boo, but get my alphas and do that. And then, little things like that. Or here, he loves looking at the flowers, when we go to school, school time. And then also here I can write ketchup as a title with cards or something, because we were at Zaxby's and he loves divvying out the ketchup for us. And then here him combing his hair. So, things like that, and like little subtitles saying, growing or too big or whatever. And then the last step I have to do is just journal, and then you're done, So, you don't have to sit down if you have 3 hours to kill and just do it all at once. You could just do oh, I have 10 minutes, let me just do this, I have 10 minutes, so let me just do the dates now, and I have 10 minutes, let me just do the embellishments. And then, when you have half an hour to journal, then you do the journaling. So that's my take on making it a little less stressful and more easygoing. And, this is February, but I skip around. You'll see these are done, but then this was March, you see. And it depends on my mood whether I'm in the mood, if I have a story fresh in my head where I want to journal, or whatever, I can, journal, but this isn't done yet. So there's a section in the book that I didn't journal yet because I wasn't in the mood to journal about that. But here too, this was later in March, but I started backwards. Then, I started filling all my pictures, and then I just kind of, work backwards that way. So it really depends on your mood. And here, I also leave tabs because, sometimes I leave blanks because I didn't have photos. I looked on my phone, I'm how come I'm missing some dates of photos? And then I'm wait a second, I'm missing, photos. So then I should put photos there and things like that. So, so this is just a quick kind of run through. I'm trying to look for, there's a spot, where I'm missing pictures. So that's it. So I will try to finish up all these, and I'll show you one by one. I know I hate bombarding you, but that's the way I work. I have time this week, so I'm just trying to crank these videos out too. So hope everyone is having fun and enjoying your spring so far. Take care. Leave any comments if you have any questions. Like, subscribe, check out my Facebook and blog. I love comments, and I love to hear from you. Any suggestions, please leave a comment. And bye, guys.